Like what's the journey look like to kind of build an experience online where you're kind of meeting that breadth of needs from, small individual gifters all the way up to people maybe sending over 1,000 gifts at a time?
I can take this one if you want, Taylor. Just to kind of address, like, at least from an e-commerce perspective, from a front end standpoint, there's different journeys, like you mentioned, that people are going to go through, right? So, for instance, making sure that the folks that want to be able to send it to 16 different people, but don't want to necessarily go send us a form and have a rep do it all. They just want to kind of, hey, I know my addresses. Let me just do it. Let me pay for it. Send it off. Call it a day. Giving them a route to do that. So whenever we get to it, we'll kind of walk through how that drawer cart experience would look like, but also having a journey for folks that just have one place that they're sending it to, like, hey, I just want to buy a pie for myself.
Right.
And then last but certainly not least, the folks that have very complex orders or have 700 addresses or whatever, that they want another set of eyes looking at this thing, right? They want that white glove service. And so that was arguably the most complicated part of building out the site, was giving everybody each of those options without having them like fight each other in a way. And so at least from a development standpoint, from a website standpoint, that was the biggest issue.
And so, like, with e-commerce, I think when brands think e-commerce, they think a channel that's basically the customer's doing everything themselves, right? Like, they're picking the products, placing the order, they're not calling somebody, they're not, back to the olden days, like mailing in a catalog form or something, right? It's a channel where really the customer does everything, but that's not really the objective here, right? Like, you guys are looking to find a balance between the no-touch customers who do it all themselves, but then these really high-touch customers as well.
Yeah, I think it's a lot like, if you call and you make a reservation somewhere at a restaurant, if you're just making kind of a standard reservation, you don't mind doing it online. But when you're celebrating something really special, you kind of want to call and talk to somebody to make sure they understand. Or if you've got an allergy or something, you want to talk to a person. And so that's kind of the difference between a really big B2B order and just maybe someone who just wants to send a smaller order. Both have the same underlying expectations, but one requires a little bit more assurance to make sure that everything's taken care of.